Now, first and foremost, let's talk about what's actually happening and not the superficial bullshit that you see on Twitter, which is the fact that gamers are upset because some rape games were taken away and they're now protesting. And it's like, really? Hundreds of thousands of them. Were those games really that popular? Because in reality, anyone that actually knows how to use Steam's metrics and can look at how popular video games like No Mercy or the ones that were taken offline were, they got around like maybe 100 people at peak concurrent time. If anything, like the people protesting against those games, like Collective Shout, are the actual people that made those games popular. Like the person that owns No Mercy made a lot of sales after the controversy. And so, why are gamers so upset, right? Like, if no one was playing the game, like, how can you be upset over a product that you're not buying? And I think, like, to answer that is you need to understand that there are two types of gamers. There are left-leaning gamers and there are right-wing gamers. Like, unfortunately, in 2025, the medium is heavily polarized to the point where you have people that don't even talk to each other, and the only thing they have in common is that they play video games. And so let's talk with the left-wing people. Well, the left-wing people are heavily tied into the adult industry. Like, you have the furry community that is inherently left-wing. A lot of the OnlyFans and Twitch streamers also left-wing. The adult industry itself, right? Like, it's very left-wing oriented. And so they view it as a potential attack. Right? And they also make, like, video games. Like, the furry community makes a lot of video games, which apparently, like, the payment processors may not like, because they would consider that to be bestiality. And so they do view under threat about this. While the right-wingers, they have, like, different concerns. You see the right-wingers have encountered the payment processors when their favorite streamers and content creators were being demonetized. When Patreon was kicking off the people that they enjoyed listening to. And, you know, like, censorship is one thing. Like, most people think, oh, well, they deplatformed Alex Jones or they deplatformed Steven Crowder. It's one guy, right? And with Alex Jones, too. The reality is, like, there were millions of people that were watching these individuals. And all of a sudden, you know, the payment processors said, "Yay!" Like a horse high on ivermectin. Which is a joke that you also weren't allowed to say back in the day. Also due to the payment processors. Because that's the thing, you know, now people are using Probatio and Diabolica against the payment processors. It's like, okay, Steam banned the game. Probably the payment processors. I mean, fuck it, why not? You know, a content creator got banned from Patreon. Probably the payment processors. Like, how would you know, right? Like, you need to prove now that's not the case. Because from what we've seen, you know, and they show that they can wave in their muscles. It shows that a lot of the companies that have terms of service are under duress. And the reason that they're under duress is the same reason why they have almost identical terms of service across the fucking board. Because this is another thing that bewilders people, you know, especially people like me that use the internet since the early 2000s. Like, back in the day, everything had a different TOS. Like, every website had a different culture, and now it's almost the same, right? Well, like, who's behind everything? What is the point of origin that connects all of these? Well, one of them is the payment processors. And so, right-wingers are upset because they got banned. Right-wingers are upset because they don't like left-leaning woke art, so they move to anime. And the payment processors decided to strike at Japan. And a lot of, like, legitimate anime and stuff was also dismantled. And right-wingers also, you know, they like fan service, which, again, conflicts with the payment processors. And so you have, like, two different groups that hate each other, that do not have much in common. But, like, what they do have in common is the fact that they don't want payment processors to dictate entertainment. And if you're going to take entertainment away from people, well, apparently, you are going to become their entertainment, which is why now a lot of people are voting Visa and MasterCard. Now, the question that I saw on Twitter, it's like, oh, well, so, like, how is it that you're harassing an Indian in a call center going to change things? Well, first of all, like, no one is harassing anyone. Like, from what I've seen being passed, people are instructed to be polite and educated. They're not harassing. And secondly, the man that's working at the call center is getting paid. And if people are upset that the line is occupied, go to a bank, right? Like, be glad it's not like in the old days when people would have physically gone to a bank and make a huge queue and stay in line. And once their problem was solved, they would go back to the end of the queue. Like, they used to protest like that, by the way, right? Like, for those of you that don't know, there was a time before the internet, and I think, like, those types of protests were actually more disruptive than this. So no, like, I don't think that there is a problem. The problem that Visa and MasterCard has isn't necessarily like, okay, their call centers are being clogged. They probably expect that this will go away in a month or two, right? Like, that's probably what their analysts are saying. However, the actual problem is when the mainstream media is starting to report on it, right? When you have streamers like Charlie, like Aspergold, like Actman. Yeah, like, a lot of people make fun of Actman because it's like, well, he's a lefty. Yeah, but he's got a big audience. And now The Guardian and other mainstream media publications are talking about. Well, now it started to get to a level of a 5, right? Because, like, if the whole thing that they did, allegedly, is to protect their brand safety, well, apparently, like, what is brand safety? Well, brand safety means that you don't want the spotlight, right? Like, you don't want to be in the center of attention. You don't want people making articles and accusing you of being a payment processor that imposes its will on the market. Because the reality is that you are a payment processor that imposes its will on the market. But, like, what happens when some politicians get some ideas? It's like, well, there are a lot of disgruntled people here. What if I campaign on this issue? Like, will I get a couple of percentages? And if I do manage to get in, like, how difficult it is to pass some legislation? Like, is it really that bad? Like, this is the horror show for MasterCard and Visa, right? Like, it's one thing when a stranger is telling you, don't use la cocaína. Because you kind of get it, okay, you kind of get why. But when a stranger is telling you, don't play a video game because the content is edgy. It's like, go fuck yourself. Right? And the stranger then goes to the payment processor crying, and the payment processors listen to them rather than to reason. And obviously, like, that infuriates you, right? It's like, well, hold on a little bit. Like, am I lesser than that person? Am I a piece of shit that that person that goes crying to mommy is now the pillar of society? And that enrages people, both on the left and the right. No one likes to be treated like that. And so it's like, okay, well, if the idea is, like, they sent 1,000 emails, right? Like, Collective Shout sent 1,000 emails to Visa and MasterCard. Well, let's see what happens if we sell 20,000. And we're like, well, why are you listening to them, right? And so they probably hate this. And I'm pretty sure that Collective Shout hates this as well, because I've seen one of the ladies there all of a sudden is very aggressive, especially towards Madam Savvy and a couple of others. I think, like, some content creators. Smash JT is one of them. Very aggressive towards them. And it's like, why is she aggressive? Like, why is she not just blocking them? And then you find out, oh, she's got ambitions. Like, she wants to get some cushy government positions, and this scandal doesn't benefit. Ah, I see. Oh, that's very interesting. It is what it is. You know, should have chosen another target. Maybe go after another bakery or some shit rather than go after gamers. I'm seriously, though. People constantly underestimate the gamers. I don't know why. It's like, what is a gamer? A person that plays video games. And? Like, well, that's the thing, right? Like, the end. It can be a police officer that plays video games. It can be a politician that plays video games. It can be a banker that can play video games. Or it can be the son of those people. And you're antagonizing millions of people that just happen to share the same hobbies, but in reality, they have such a variety of professions and a variety of abilities and networks and connections that it just doesn't make sense. Like, why are you antagonizing them? What? It is what it is. You know, like, some people just doesn't get it until it happens. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you on my live stream. Take care.